Hey guys, you're watching 91mobiles.com. My name is Swapnil and I'm coming to you directly live from Samsung's launch event for the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the S9 Plus. So for the first time, we're getting to see a dual camera setup on the S series camera. Now with the S8 and the Note 8, the real attraction for the Note series for many users was the dual camera setup, which was missing on the S series. But now Samsung's gone ahead and put the dual camera right here, and it's got the same telephoto and wide angle lenses. The wide angle lens has an aperture of f1.5, the largest on a smartphone yet, along with a variable aperture of f2.4. The telephoto lens also does f2.4. So that's pretty impressive as far as cameras go. But we also have the LG V30 Plus with us here today. Now the LG V30 Plus goes the other direction. It doesn't have a telephoto lens, but instead it focuses on a wide and an ultra wide field of view. So on the LG, you've got an f1.6 aperture on the wide angle lens, and Samsung beats it just by a hair at f1.5. What Samsung does manage to put into the smartphone, and especially the camera, is the variable aperture. Also, when you talk about the camera in specific, what Samsung has done is taken a page right out of Sony's playbook and built a DRAM chip right into the imaging sensor. So you're getting 960 FPS of slow motion, super slow motion rather, which the LG V30 Plus cannot do. Now, in terms of the placement of the fingerprint sensor, there's been a lot of talk. Samsung moved it from the side to the bottom. Now there's no more obscuring the camera lens. That's great. But LG's always had this really great implementation of the fingerprint sensor right in the power button at the back. Now, which of these two phones would you be getting? Now, if we look at it objectively, we've got the V30 Plus, which is technically still running last year's specifications. You've got Snapdragon 835. You've got on this unit 4 GB of RAM, although the new LG V30 that was announced the other day, the ThinQ AI powered smartphone, is gonna have easily 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. So between that and the Samsung, what are you gonna get? Now LG though has the upper hand when it comes to OLED, but only in televisions. Up until now, they've used IPS LCD on their smartphones, but with the V30 Plus, they've gone with the OLED display, which received a lot of flack when we talk about the Google Pixel XL and the Google Pixel 2 XL actually. Now, Samsung has always had smartphone displays locked down. Now, both of them are 2K displays in the 18:9 aspect ratio, and they're both very, very gorgeous. But Samsung kind of just inches out the LG panel by a hair. Not just in terms of how bright it can go, but also by how dim it can go. And in terms of build quality, I mean, the Samsung is definitely a bigger phone, no doubt about that. And which of the two you prefer in terms of holding, in terms of usage, is something that you'll have to decide on your own. One thing you will notice in just the span of few minutes in this video, both the phones have gotten muddied with fingerprints, not just on the back but also on the front. And that's kind of going to be the problem with both of these smartphones, regardless of which of the two you get. However, what we do get with Samsung is some significant advantage when it comes to software. You've got my favorite feature, which is Samsung Pay, works in India and means you'll never have to carry your debit or credit card around ever. In fact, it even has payment integration for Paytm, UPI, or everything you might ever need. The LG smartphone doesn't have that. In fact, Samsung Pay is one of the biggest reasons why I've not been able to give up my Samsung S7 Edge. But not today. We're talking about the S9 Plus and the V30 Plus. Of the two, personal opinion, I would go with the S9, even though I have small hands and I prefer a smaller phone. But as slick as the LG may be, I just get far more performance out of the camera of this phone, and as a photographer, that's what I want. I also get a gorgeous display, one that I know is backed by years and years of leading the industry in the display. But with LG, not so much. So what we're going to do over the course of the next few days at the MWC show floor is get our hands on the new LG V30, the new variant that they've launched, and give it a comparison with the S9 Plus and even the S9 if you'd like. So yeah, stay tuned for that. In case you've liked this video, make sure you hit subscribe on our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, and share this video with your friends if you want to. Thanks for watching.